Hello, welcome back to the Cutting Edge Review. And I am the review. All right, we're going to be talking about probably we'll go down the histories of the WWE as the greatest, the absolute greatest, most shocking that between The Undertaker and Brock Lesnar, the streak ending at WrestleMania. Sting makes his debut at Survivor Series. For those of you that saw that, I mean, a lot of people knew already that he was in the WWE. A lot of people knew he was going to make his debut at one point. They didn't. People just didn't know when, though. They didn't have no clue at all, did they? And what happened was, I guess, there was talk about him. There was merchandise already popping up on the, and that it was announced that he was on the WWE Network. He came on the documentary of the Ultimate Warrior. They just did it on the network, and he was, people already knew he was there, but then when he was actually going to show up at a live event, that was not, it wasn't advertised. Like it's Survivor Series, they didn't advertise it, so that's what made it just so much more, just huge impact. And we're talking about a guy here that was bitter over the WCW getting closed in 2004, and he said he would, a guy he said would never, and this is from his own word, he'll never go to the W. That's why he never went, because he was offended by the way that a lot of the men, a lot of guys from WCW were treated, like Booker T, like the way The Rock looked at him. He said, "Who's this guy? I ain't got no weird." Anyways, they treated, he said that they treated the guys from the WCW as B plus players, if you will. Like they were treated like nobodies. Like they're, who is these? Who are these guys? I don't know who they are. And they basically, that's what basically made Sting not want to. It took this long for him to debut. I never thought I would see him. I'm sure a lot of people never thought he would have come to the WWE. And then when I heard he was gonna be there, and then he, like I said, he showed up on a documentary about the Ultimate Warrior. I was like, oh my God, I just couldn't. I never thought I would see that day that would happen. And then what? Survivor Series, Team Authority versus Team Cena. Dolph Ziggler was by himself, and he had what, Luke Harper, Seth Rollins, and I think the Big Show, and the rest of the team was already taken out, and then Triple H decided to come into the ring and pedigree Dolph Ziggler, and all of a sudden you see on the video screen Sting. They make like this video. You know how they make when everybody comes out, like, oh my gosh, there he goes. All right, finally, I was like, yeah. I was like, wow, that was. I mean, honestly, when you see something like this, I mean, when it wasn't advertised. When you see something like this, a guy, like I said, that would never. He said he would never go to the WWE. He ends up coming to the WWE. There was talks between him and the WWE before this, right? You can see that on the internet, and he shows up. He makes just like in just a couple of short minutes, the crowd just erupted in awe, and then he does his finisher on Triple H, and gives a match to Dolph Ziggler. Dolph Ziggler pins Seth Rollins, and that's pretty much it. And just on that that was probably the biggest moment of Survivor Series. Other than Team Cena winning and the Authority getting canceled. Of course, they came back, of course, about that already. And now there was talk about him even before he showed up to WWE. A lot of people wanted to see him go against The Undertaker, the dead man. And he's this. I mean, they made it seem like it was going to happen, and I now it's going, like I said, it's going in different kind of directions already. Like Vince McMahon and Triple H, they cannot agree on nothing. They're just not seeing eye to eye on anything. And now I guess where Vince McMahon wanted Sting to face The Undertaker, I mean that's like the ultimate dream match, people. To see these two guys lock up, two legends in the business. The Undertaker, the cornerstone of the WWE. Sting, the cornerstone of WCW, the torchbearer of WCW, and he. I would love to see that. You know, even though I want to see the Undertaker against Brock Lesnar Part 2, but I guess it seems there might be a match between him and Triple H, because that's what Triple H has been arguing with Vince McMahon over, and he wants to push that match. So we might actually see Sting compete. And there's been talk about him actually showing at the Royal Rumble either a surprise entry, or he's going to have some kind of like part to play in the Royal Rumble. So we're I'll be watching like the rest of you. So my opinions on all this. I mean, really, I would rather see the Undertaker go against Brock Lesnar than see him go against Sting, even though just the magnitude of that match would be the biggest match in probably like the greatest, the most anticipated match in history of WWE and professional wrestling. But I mean, like I want to see him go against Brock Lesnar. Honestly, that's what I want to see. And him going against Triple H, I think that would actually go pretty well, man. Go very well, don't you think, man? I totally agree with Triple H on that. So I definitely want to see that. So I don't want to see him go against like Seth Rollins or somebody like Daniel Bryan. I mean, that would be awesome, but it's just I want to see Sting go against either the Undertaker or Triple H at WrestleMania 31. So like I said, I'll be watching like the rest of you, and this is the Cutting Edge Review, and I am your reviewer.